Google just pushed out a huge change for how you install apps on your Android phone, and honestly, it's kicking up a major debate. Is it a brilliant security move to stop skimmers in their tracks, or is it actually a clever trap to keep you locked into Google's world? All right, let's get into it and figure out what's really going on here.
First things first, why is this even a big deal? Well, it all comes down to this one number right here, 57%.
That's right. Just last year, more than half of all adults were targeted by some kind of scam, and a massive number of those scams exploited one of Android's greatest features, which also happens to be one of its biggest weaknesses: the freedom to install apps from anywhere you want. So how exactly were they pulling this off? This brings us to the heart of the problem, what I like to call the scammer's playbook. They came up with this brutally effective way to hijack your phone, and it all centers on one key concept you gotta know. And that concept is called sideloading. It sounds technical, but it's super simple. It just means installing an app from somewhere that isn't the official Google Play Store. Now, power users and developers absolutely love this for the freedom it gives them. But scammers? Oh, they love it for a completely different reason. Now, here's where it gets really scary. This isn't just about a suspicious link in an email. No. This is a live attack. A scammer gets you on the phone, and they use these intense, high-pressure tactics. They're threatening you with legal action, telling you your bank account has been hacked. They keep you on that live call, creating this insane sense of urgency, and then they walk you step by step through bypassing your phone's security to install their malicious app. And that live, high-pressure phone call is exactly what Google is trying to destroy with this update. They've rolled out a brand new system, this advanced flow, that's designed to do more than just flash a warning on your screen. It's designed to physically break the connection between the scammer and their target. So even though this is a security feature at its core, Google is framing it as a way for advanced users to officially unlock their device's freedom. If you're willing to jump through a couple of new hoops. Let's walk through what those are. So here it is, the new roadmap at a glance. You have to turn on developer mode, pass a security check, restart your phone, wait a full 24 hours, and then finally authenticate and install the app. I know, it sounds like a lot, but a couple of these steps are actually kind of genius. The real secret weapon here is the forced restart. Why would Google make you reboot your entire phone? It's simple, and it's brilliant. It automatically ends any phone call you're on. So that high-pressure scammer who's been walking you through the process, click, they're gone. The connection is cut, and it gives you a moment of clarity. This shows Google isn't just thinking about the tech, they're thinking about the psychology of the scam itself. But the restart isn't even the most controversial part. The next step is the mandatory waiting period. And believe me, this is the part that has the whole Android community talking. The second you request the install, a 24-hour clock starts ticking. And during that whole time, you are completely blocked from finishing the installation. The entire goal here is to destroy that sense of fake urgency we just talked about. Scammers need you to act now. A 24-hour mandatory delay completely shatters their whole game plan. But, of course, this is a total double-edged sword. For the average person, it's an incredible security shield. It gives you time to think, maybe do some Googling, and realize you are being pressured. But for a developer or a power user who just wants to test a new app real quick, man, it's frustrating. It adds a whole day of friction to a process that used to be instantaneous. So once your 24 hours are finally up, you can finish the process using your fingerprint, your face, or your PIN, something a scammer on the phone just can't do. You then get to choose if you want to allow these unverified apps for just 7 days or indefinitely. And here's a little bonus most people miss. Google is also offering free, limited accounts for students and hobbyists so they can distribute their apps, which is a pretty cool touch. So, on the surface, this all seems like a clear win for security, right? But when you look at the timing of this new feature, a whole different story starts to take shape. And it's a story that might be less about you and more about Google's wallet. You see, this change didn't just appear out of thin air. It came directly after Google's massive antitrust settlement with Epic Games. The company that makes Fortnite. And that entire lawsuit was about Google having a monopoly over the Play Store. Now, Google's official story is simple and sounds great. This is all about protecting users from financial scams. And to be fair, it absolutely does that. But let's not forget, the court case forced Google to allow other app stores and technically make sideloading easier. And that brings us to the final billion-dollar question. Is this beautifully designed security system, with all its restarts and waiting periods, really just for your protection? Or is it a classic case of malicious compliance, where they follow the letter of the law but not the spirit? Is it a clever way to check a box for the court while making the process of leaving the Play Store so inconvenient, so full of friction, that most people will just give up and stay right where Google wants them? So what do you think?